Just a minute. One sec. Right, we're live now. Okay, yeah. So someone on TikTok asked. So someone on TikTok asked, "Yo, Jay, is it wise to offer to work for free in a white-collar job for experience?" Yeah, because like I tell you, look, we're trying to get an apprenticeship. You need to phone up these companies and offer to work for at least 2 to 4 weeks for free. So there's a youth that contacts me all the time on TikTok, and he went for an interview, and he said when he told the employer that he was willing to work for free for a month or 2 weeks, and they said the guy was shocked. Yeah, because most young people would never think to offer to work for 2 to 4 weeks. So that's going to separate you from the rest. Obviously, during that 2 to 4 weeks, do not bring out that mobile phone. Yeah? Don't bring it out. Maybe on your lunch break, but other than that, don't be checking no text messages, nothing like that. Then yeah, okay, you got a good work ethic and that, but then you're just like them other kids, just on the phone. They don't want to see you on the phone. So Mr. MSOI, I don't know. Yeah, I can see that, yeah. Oh, so this person saying, what will you snitch on? Obviously, that's just the title of the live stream, because that was the title of the live stream like a month ago. I just ain't been bothered to change the title of the live stream. But yeah, if I was in a situation where I'm in the car with you get me, we're 4 man up, and you know the blue lights come on, and now something ungodly ends up in the middle of the car and no one's owning up to it. Yo, you best own up to that machine, yeah? Because I'm not going in prison for no damn fool. So you've got 24 hours. I best see that statement where you own up to that machine, yeah? Because I'm not going to prison for no Ross Clark gun charge. And basically that happened. I was talking in speculation about that happening, and basically one of my female cousins, her man, he went to a particular school that's in my area, and basically at this particular school there was these 2 youths. They were 1 year above me. Now they weren't road youths, they weren't on road like that, they weren't GMs, but I just heard their name. Like I heard that they was rolling around with some youths that man is cool with, but they're not from my area. And basically I heard, one time they was in the car, the blue lights have come on, pull them over, and not the 2 youths that I know that are GMs, the other 2 youths that are not road youths, I just heard their name because they went to a particular school. They end up in prison. So I just heard that, didn't really care. But when I went to prison, when I was in ISIS, I'm like, oh shit, that's them lot. Like, I don't know them like that to go up to them and speak to them. Put it this way, like, I didn't even know if they were from Edmonton or a neighboring area that's not on nothing. I wasn't even sure. I didn't even know these lot like that. Now, if I kept on seeing them on the wing, I would have approached them and said, like, yo, boom, 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 boom. But I just saw them one time and they disappeared. Like, I saw Wood Green youths that are my cousin's people, but because I don't know them and I saw them one time on the wing and they disappeared, I ain't gonna bother approach them and chat to them. So, but yeah, if I was ever in a situation, yo, fam, I'm talking. I don't give a fuck about this street code or nothing like that. Is plastering a good trade? I mean, plasterers earn big money still. I'm struggling to get my GCSEs. It's been 4 years, but I've got my A-level IT qualification and level 2. I mean, so why do you actually need your GCSEs then? Why is it, why is it relevant? What's the issue? Oh, he said he's got his level IT qualification. I thought he said A level. Oh, shoot. Would you recommend to do an apprenticeship as a more hands-on job? Yeah. Do an apprenticeship, man. So this George person said, Jay Wise, did you hear about the black college student in America that got killed when joining a fraternity, mechanical engineer student? What's a fraternity? Is that like when it's like a male only sort of thing? Someone just explain what a fraternity is, because I don't even know what that is. I hear a lot of them Americans talk about a fraternity, but I actually don't know what that is, you know. That's one thing. Hey, that's one thing Jay Wise don't know. Yeah. You see me? I'm the realest guy ever, yeah. If I don't know something, I just say I don't know. I don't pretend to know, or no, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I don't pretend to know about things, or nah, I just stick to what I know. You don't hear me talking about starting up business and that. I talk about property because I know property. I talk about the roads because I know the roads. Yeah. I don't talk about things that I don't know. Now, obviously, there's things that you may not have experienced before, but you know, you can speculate and you know, like I know, don't get married unless you want her to take away half your things. Yeah. Obviously, I don't need to have lived experience to know that that's a bad idea on this side of the water. Yeah, on this side of the planet. Now, maybe in them other countries and that, you know, you can get married and, you know, if things go wrong, you know, the woman ain't gonna take half your fortune and your net worth and that. Yeah, maybe in other countries. I don't know, maybe some of them Arab man countries and that. The man can just, you know, keep it moving and it is what it is. But not over here in the Western world. Absolutely not, mate. Why have you not started your own electrical company? Just curious. Do you know what? This is a question that a few people have asked me. I've even asked myself that. Do you know why I don't want to start my own electrical company? Because I'm not interested in being in the electrical field like long term. Like, even if I could have a decent business, you know what I'm saying, like earning decent money, I'd rather not be in the electrical field. I'd rather be building properties and that. I don't know. For some reason, I don't want, even if I could have a business that was turning over 150 grand or I'm getting paid 150 grand, I'm not interested. I'd rather be in the business of building property. Let's say I could have two businesses and I get paid the exact same. The same sort of, you know, there's always going to be some sort of like, you know, I don't want to use the S word, but stresses that come with owning a business. The same sort of stresses that come with building property or own an electrical company, I rather build property. I'm not interested in being an electrician, like and you know, owning an electrical company. I don't care about it. This is just a way for me to make money. That's what employment is. It's a way for you to make money. You get yourself a skill, get yourself a trade, get yourself an education. You work as many hours as you can, become a self-employed subcontractor, save your money, use that money to make investments that are going to bring you back a return. Obviously, you want to pick a field that you're going to be good at. You want to pick a field that you're going to somewhat enjoy. But I'm there for the money. Yeah, I'm there for the money. Yeah. People always want to try and join the live, man. Leave me alone, fam. This phone is like 10 years slow, you know. Please answer my question, right? Yeah, big up for the rolls, right? Where's this question? Right. So obviously, this is a person, no disrespect, you know, they lack knowledge when it comes to mortgages and understanding what mortgage is what. Now, this person, they got my Somalian brother. Is it better to try and pay off the mortgage for a buy-to-let? Typically, 95% of buy-to-let properties are interest only. So you never pay it off. Now, some buy-to-lets, you can get interest only with a little bit of capital repayment. But typically, 95% of buy-to-lets are interest only. So let's just go with the majority here of cases. You cannot pay off the buy-to-let. It's impossible because of your payment plan. I mean, it's not even a payment plan, but you're just paying interest. Now, let's tailor this question to, you know, like obviously a regular property and that. Like, yeah, obviously, I mean, that is the idea. With a regular residential mortgage, you are trying to pay off the mortgage. Yeah. So yeah, you should, you know, be aiming to pay off the mortgage. I mean, that's the idea. What you don't want to do, you can do it if you want, but me personally, I ain't gonna be spending an extra £600 every month making overpayments on my residential property, the capital repayment property, the property that I'm planning on paying off and owning outright eventually after 25 years or whatever. I'm not gonna spend an extra £600 making overpayments. Because that £600 you're making in overpayments, you know, you could use that to save up to buy another property. Now, you can make overpayments of like £150, for example, and you can cut down your 25-year term to 15 years. Yeah, that's decent. But I'm not going to be spending an extra £600-700 a month on overpayments when I could use that money to invest in another property, to save up to invest in another property, man. Right, so this is oh, 1 second, man. Sorry, 1 second. Would you, so this is a good one. I'm gonna get onto this other one afterwards because this is just a quick one. So Romans or whatever his name is, no disrespect. This person asked, would you view yourself as a boss? I could say boss mentality, but technically, no, I'm not a boss. Do you know why? Because I don't have no employees. Now, maybe, you know, I could say because I'm a landlord, I'm a boss of houses, and obviously my tenants have to, they have to ask my permission to do certain things. So I am the one in authority. So yeah, I mean, maybe I could claim a little bit of boss status, but there's a large portion of people, a lot of Instagram people, a lot of chicks on Instagram that claim to be a boss. How can you be a boss with no employees? So yeah, I'm not a boss in the sense of, employment and that. I'm the boss of my life. Yeah, I run my life. I pretty much live my life on my own terms. Obviously, I have a manager, but my manager will need to speak to me in a proper way, or else I won't have any employment, because I will react in a way where he might not like it, and then I'll get fired, and that's just what's going to have to happen. I'm not having no one talk shit to me, so yeah. Yeah, so this guy here said a real boss has no boss. Yeah. You've never heard me say I'm a boss, I'm a boss. Find me a video where I'm claiming to be a boss. So right. So I think this person's name is Sian. Do you think people spend too much time supporting teams and athletes instead of working on themselves? Of course. Of course. When you're standing on the stand or when you're in your living room and what's happening during this football game is altering your mindset and your feelings, either getting you happy or sad, just understand that this team that you're supporting, when people say, oh yeah, we done this good this season, or we've been doing shit this season, and that, what do you mean, who's we? What do you mean we? None of the team that you support know your name. None of the team that you support, if you died tomorrow, they would not come to your funeral, let alone donate £5. You lot are better off supporting me. You lot are more likely to get a donation from me than any of your favorite football players or your team that you support. So yeah, you're wasting too much time. Obviously, look, you must entertain yourself now and then, you know. So if you want to entertain yourself by watching a little football or whatever, and that's cool. But don't be devoting your life to some fucking football team. Certainly, I see men do this, yeah, like they let their little son run around with like a football kit on, let's say Barcelona, and they'll have fucking Messi on the back or whatever, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho on the back. Yo, if my son has a football jersey on, it's gonna say Knight on the back. Yeah, that's my last name. Yeah, I ain't gonna have my son run around with another man's name on his back. The fuck? You might as well get imagine your missus walking around with a football t-shirt on, yeah, football kit on, with another man's name on her back. Basically, she's basically saying that her ownership goes to a fucking another man. She might as well get his tattoo on her body. His name tattooed on her body. Right, there's 99 comments. How can there be 99 comments? There's only 9 people in the chat. But yeah, respect for liking the live and that. You don't have to though. Oh, that's why there's not 99 comments. It's because people are tapping the screen like it, so it's a notification. Do you have another job or just property? No, so I'm just an electrician and obviously I've got property, that's it. When's the podcast out? Saw the clip earlier. I think it might be out tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. Not too sure. Ah, shoot. I think it might be out tomorrow, maybe. What do you do for work, money? Yeah, as I just said, so I'm an electrician or electrical tester. And yeah, I've got property in that. Oh my days. So this guy just messaged saying, should I just move out if Marge is charging £800 a month rent? So a man's asking me, yo, should I just move out my mum's house if she's charging me £800 a month rent? Yeah. Yo, you need to have a serious word with your mum and ask her, why are you charging me £500? Like, just explain it to me. I want to understand the logic. Now, if any of you lot have been watching me for long enough, you see, I can tell right then and there, the fact that this guy is being charged £800 from his mum, I know he's from a working class background. Now, some of you lot might ask, how the hell would you work that out? Do you know why his mum is charging him so much? No disrespect. It's because his mum hasn't done the work when she was younger, so she isn't heavily established. So now she sees her son as some sort of pay packet, as some sort of income. You see, this is the problem with working class parents. They make poor decisions. They have children too young, so that when their children come into this world, their children are a burden on them. So then when their children get old enough, 21, 25, they see them as an income. Because I struggled throughout my youth and when I was younger, looking after your ass, now you owe me money. My son, my daughter won't owe me nothing apart from hard work and doing what they're supposed to do. As I've said before many times, when I have a son, when I have a daughter, they will not pay no rent. For one, I won't need their money. Yeah. I won't need them to compensate me for coming into this world, because I wouldn't just have children like, just randomly or just a mistake, or have children unprepared financially and that. So I won't need no money from them. All they need to do is do what they're supposed to do. My son will not be waking up at 1 p.m. on a Monday or Tuesday. My son won't just be looking for a job and not in uni or college or whatever and that. No, if he's in that position, he will be out of this house or whatever house I'm living in. So yeah, I won't need to charge my son any money at all. Why would I need my son's measly little £500? What's that to me? What's £500 to me? Nothing. I've got so many accounts with money coming in. It's £500. Furthermore, yeah, one of my flats, Obviously, when I first got the flat, I called the council and said, yeah, I've got this flat, but it's empty. I'm just renovating it. Just doing little minor work, changing the carpets, painting the walls. Yeah. So I told them that it was empty. I forgot to tell them that I've now got people in there. So after 12 months, they charge you £400 extra on council tax. Yeah. So if the council tax is 150, they were charging me 550, close to £600. When I saw it, I was like, what? I didn't even notice the money left my account, you know. It was only true say I went into the actual bank account itself and was looking at the transactions. I don't know what I was doing. I was looking at the transaction like, yo, why the hell £600 left my account? I see, yo, obviously that was at like 7 p.m. You bet at 9 o'clock in the morning, I was on the phone to them. Yo, explain this. Yeah, what's going on? So they said that basically when the flat is declared empty, then you get charged £400 extra. Fucking madness. But the point of it is, I didn't even notice the difference. I didn't notice the difference. The only reason why I noticed that the money left is because I actually saw the transaction. You see, when you got a lot of money, and listen, I ain't rich, I ain't balling. What I'm saying, when you got a lot of money, when you got a lot of income and that, you don't even know how much money you got. When you're broke, you know exactly how much money you got. £157.16 in the Lloyd's account. So you don't want to get to a stage where, you know, you got like a lot of multiple income streams. You know, I've got what, 6? I've got 4 properties that are on rent. I make a little bit of money from YouTube, tiny amount of money from TikTok, but I'd say, yeah, I've got 6 income streams. Oh, 7, including work, obviously. But yeah, that's what you want. You want to get, you know, a lot of different income streams, you know, money coming in and that. Oh, man said, yo, JY, do you know Caution from N9, Edmund Older? Yeah, blood, I used to chill at his house, blood. I used to chill at his house. I remember one time I had, me and my brethren, yeah, we had beef, yeah? Literally, I was going to Caution's house just to go and check him. I saw my brethren, we had a fight. My friend won that fight. And then we just got up and we just went to Caution's house and just sat down. Like, yeah, me and my man just had a fight, you know? Literally, but yeah, man, Caution. I ain't seen him in years, but obviously, yeah, man, them still. I'm sorry, people, if I've neglected you. Hold on. I'm starting level 2. What would you suggest I do after I complete my level 2? Do the level 3 and then do inspection and testing straight away. Do the inspection and testing straight away, whilst you're still in the studying mode as well. Now, obviously, the reason why I done level 3 inspection and testing is because I didn't want to wait until I was 45, 50 years old and my back is broke and my knees is mash up them to then think, oh, right, I want to start slowing it down. I want to down tools and do an easier job. Nah. When I used to speak to my college tutors in college, a couple of them like had bad knees, bad hips and that. So that's why they were lecturing at college. They were tutoring at college and that. Because they spent their best years when they were fit and healthy, rolling around on the floor, climbing in lofts, putting their arm underneath floorboards and that. That'll mash up your knees. Because listen, we're lazy out here. We're supposed to wear knee pads and that. We don't bother wear fucking knee pads. You don't even want to, trust me, if you kneel on a nail, yo, if you kneel on a screw, you will know about it. I know a man that said that he almost got his leg amputated because he knelt down on a screw. The screw must have been rusty and he must have got some infection. He almost got his leg amputated. So, yeah, I just decided, you know what, straight away, I'm going to do inspection and testing. And I remember, this is a little lesson for you lot, yeah? Don't listen to these people that say, oh, you know, typically it takes this amount of time and most average people, you're not average. You're not average. Even if you are average, tell yourself you're not average. So when I phoned up my college to inquire about doing the level 4, so what happened was I done my level 2, done my level 3. I wanted to do level 4, design verification or something like that. It's basically to be like, become like an electrical designer, yeah? Design electrical systems, yeah? I phoned up the college to inquire about the course, because obviously, naturally, you just think you go from level 2 to level 3 to level 4, right? Makes sense, yeah? Well, not in this world, obviously. So I phoned up my college to inquire about the level 4. They said you have to do the level 3 inspection and testing. So I already done level 2, already done level 3, but I had not done the level 3 inspection and testing. So they said you need to do that first. But they said, you know, you've only been an electrician, or you've only passed, you know, you've only completed your thing last year. Most electricians wait until they have 5 years experience. Yeah, that's other electricians. You're talking to Jay White. I mean, back then I weren't Jay White, but yeah, that's other electricians. Forget them. Yeah. So I said, nah, I'm still signing up to the course. And I passed it. Imagine, yeah. This is what I'm saying, yeah. Be careful who you're taking advice from. Imagine taking advice from some 40-year-old woman who works in administration in a college. Someone that has no ambition. Someone that is going to have to work right up until they're 66 years old, 67, 68 years old, with some shit pension. Imagine taking advice from that person there. I said, nah. I'm going to do it. And I've done it. Be careful who you take advice from, man. You got these people who give advice who are not qualified to be giving any advice to anyone. Don't listen to anyone who's just stuck in the mundane routine of going to work and paying bills and just about affording a mortgage. Just be the same woman that don't even heat her house right now, trying to tell me. So that's what I say. You're better off, yeah, having high levels of arrogance and delusion to some degree, rather than thinking, yeah, you know, I'm not good enough. Because if you don't believe in yourself, no one's going to believe in you. Trying to tell me. How dare she? Imagine that. Imagine I'd waited that 5 years. So let's say, yeah, it was in 2014 that I inquired about this course, yeah? So I remember I became fully qualified in 2013 December. In 2014 January, I inquired about the course. So a month later, yeah? So she said, most people wait 5 years. Imagine if I'd waited 5 years, I would have waited until 2019 to become an inspector and tester. In 2019, I went to the infamous Holborn job when I was earning 10 grand. I'd been working as an inspector and tester for years up until that point. What would have been the chances of me passing that course in 2019, working at the infamous Holborn job later on that year, and becoming the electrical testing manager, where when I put in the hours and the work, I was earning 10 grand a month? They don't make people who have been qualified for 1 year an electrical testing manager. Maybe, but I don't go for maybes, yeah? Imagine that. Imagine listening to that dumbass's advice. Crazy. Right, I need a drink. Mom, my throat is so wet. Let me get some water instead, man. Well, people are really asking about this snitching thing, you know. You lot are asking about it more now than when I actually done the initial live stream why I titled it in the first place, like 4 or 5 weeks ago. Right. So if you want to get in touch for the mentoring session, yeah, send me an email at so yeah, email me there, jwisetv@outlook.com. Does your work ever bring up your social media? No. Not yet. Madman said my how you because I said my throat's sore, you know. So this is a good one. A guy says, should I dump my girlfriend to focus more on myself? Nah, you don't need to dump your girl. Yeah. You should be able to still have a girl and still, you know, focus on your grind and that. Yeah. But you're just gonna have to limit the amount of time that you see this chick. And if that's not good enough for her and she chips, then okay, bon voyage, bust out. But don't dump her. But if she gives you an ultimatum and says, yo, listen, I'm not getting enough time with you. You need to cut down doing whatever you're doing and give me more time. Tell her no. And if she leaves you, she leaves you. Because I've spoken about this a few times, mainly on YouTube. But what's I'm saying? This is how you know I'm the wise man. I can just speculate. And someone will actually hit me up and say, yo, you know what? That actually happened to me. So basically what I was saying was when I watched 90 Day Fiance, there was this guy who I think he got a job offer in another state that was like on the other side of America. But his girl got some stupid modeling career. So this white American guy brought over this Colombian chick. She got a modeling career wherever they were living, like New York or somewhere, innit? And he got a job offer somewhere else. Now he turned down the job offer to be with this woman, yeah, because obviously he's probably afraid of, oh, you know, if I go to where this job is and that she's gonna leave me or whatever. My advice to him would have been go and take the fucking job. So obviously I don't know what's going on with them now in the present day. What I'm saying is there's been guys in the past who probably have turned down job offers or some sort of opportunity on the other side of the country or other side of the world, and that girl has either left them and or cheating on them. I mentioned that in a video. I gave a fake fictitious scenario. I said, imagine this year, you could have a youth in London who is very intelligent. He got a university offer up in York, which is one of the Russell Group universities, a good university in that. Let's say they specialize in philosophy, something like that. So he could have got a scholarship up there, whatever. But because some girl that, you know, he was in love with and down on the ends and that, you know, she didn't want him to go. She said, oh, if you go, then it's going to be over and that. He stayed. Imagine I was saying that, like, yo, imagine, yeah, he stayed with that girl and, you know, didn't take the offer on, but then that girl ended up leaving him and or cheating on him. I said that in a video. I was speculating. Yo, one guy come in the comment section and said, yo, that actually happened to me, you know. This girl that he was with, you know, he got offer some, I don't know, probably uni or whatever. He decided not to go and the girl ended up cheating on him. Every fucking time. I'm right about everything. I'm right about everything. Because I know and understand human nature and human behavior. I know what people are like. If I got some business offer or whatever to start up a business in Jamaica, and I say to Nadia, Nadia, I'm going to Jamaica and that, yeah, you need to come. If she says no, but bye, I'm going. I'm going. Do you think I'm gonna stay loyal to a creature that one day they'll just wake up and feel like I'm not feeling this no more? Fuck that. Fuck that. I stay loyal to the fucking money. Motherfucker. Listen, I can always count on money to be here for me. Yeah? I ain't counting on no human being apart from money. Yeah? I mean, human beings are the worst creature to work with. Oh my God. They're so flaky. Like, you can't even rely on someone to go through with a purchase on a property. When you not get into buying property, maybe your first one, it will go nice and smoothly, no problem. But if you buy enough properties, you're going to come across one vendor that you're trying to buy a property from, and that person is an absolute idiot. The worst thing you want to be in, yeah? I'm still saying to go ahead with buying a property anyway, but to be in a chain. So what a chain is I'm buying a property off of somebody who is reliant on me buying their property so that they can buy a property, so that the person that they're buying a property from can go and buy another property. Do you understand how the loop works? I'm buying a property off of John. John is buying a property off of Paul. Paul is buying a property off of Kevin. Yo, this can go up to 10 people. That's the maximum I've heard. One of my brethren, he buys properties and that he was in a 6-man chain. I would have been worried because, you know, you can sort of rely on solicitors, you can sort of rely on, you know, mortgage brokers and lenders and that. But there's one thing in between that is very unpredictable and flaky, and that's yours truly, human beings. They will wake up one day and feel like, you know, I'm not feeling it. It's not the right time, just not feeling it. That's it. And when that one person drops out of that chain, they fucked it up because everyone is dependent on the next person. So if one person drops off, they fucked up the whole thing. They've literally fucked up the whole thing. I'm not relying on human beings. The only time I rely on a human being is if, God forbid, man needs to phone the police. Yeah, I know they're gonna turn up. Yeah, like if I say, oh, I've been kidnapped, I'm in someone's basement, he's been feeding me pot noodle for 6 days and shit like that. That's when I know the police will turn. That's the only human beings I could actually rely on. The police and firemen, yeah, and maybe the ambulance, any of the emergency services. Other than that, I ain't relying on nobody. Now, people can rely on me. I'm reliable, yeah, but I just don't. I just don't rely on human beings, boy. I literally thought about this the other day, you know. If I was in trouble, imagine I got kidnapped, yeah, by a couple man or something like that. God forbid. I think I was thinking about this when I was running or when I was driving. I just remember I was going down a long road, so it might have been when I was running. But anyway, who's one guy I would phone up to come and rescue me? God forbid. I don't even really move with him. Like, yeah, I ain't spoke to him in a while, in a long time. Yeah. But there's one guy I know, like, if I could make one phone call, I would phone that person. Like, obviously, they're on this thing as well. They're not just a nice person. They're not just a cool person. None of that bullshit. Like, they're on job. There's one of my old school guys that I would call. I think, yeah, he will turn up and he will get the job done and rescue you still. Yeah, there's only one person that I'd say, yeah. He's on job enough. He will come with his team and he will rescue you, man. Still. Other than that, boy, I can rely on other people for other things, like, yeah, my car broke down or whatever. Yeah. Do you know what? when I was at home Saharangi, that's what I'm saying, like you don't need to pay attention to when people speak, because every now and then a man might drop a little gem, and at the time you don't think it's a gem, but it's actually a gem. This older guy, black man, big man, he's Jamaican, but like born here like me. He said, you can only count your friends on one hand. How to know if someone is your friend? You could be anywhere. If you phone them, if you're stranded, they will come and get you. Yeah? If that's your friend, if that's your bona fide, certified friend, they will come. You know what? I would love to conduct an experiment. Yeah. This is when you will know, like, whether or not the people them around you are certified. Like, if your friends truly are certified. If you send out a text to 20 people you know, let's say everyone is in London, everyone is in the same catchment area, yeah? You send out a text message at 3 in the morning to 20 people of your choice. Yo, I've got 2% battery left. My phone's about to die. I'm stranded. My car's broken down. I have no money. I'm stranded. I'm at this McDonald's in Nottingham. This is the exact location. I'm not moving from here until you can come and get me, whatever and that, yeah? Convince them that you're not going to move, yeah, and you're going to be there. Send it out to 20 people in a text message. I guarantee you, there's certain people, they will see that text and pretend they didn't see it and hope for the best. Only your certified dog will phone you, realize that the phone's not going through because the battery's dead, and he will drive there to come and find your ass. I know a man like that. I reckon my brethren Tyrone, big him up, he would come and get me. That's one man I would say, I think he will come and get me. Yeah, he will come. If I was in Nottingham and I was like, yo, stranded, it's not a joke, dead serious, he will come. Yeah, he will come and get him. Other man, yo, they'll pretend that they ain't fucking seen that text message. My little sister, she could be on a Scottish island. I don't give a fuck. If my sister phone me and say, Jay, I'm here, I'm stopping what the fuck I'm doing, I'm going. I'm going. It could be an 8-hour drive. That is one human being, yeah? My little sister doesn't know it because she's young, but like, big bro's really got your back. Like, she could be anywhere. I swear my sister could be in Mexico, God forbid, kidnapped. I will go down there with my big knife. Yeah, I will literally get on a plane and go there to rescue my little sister. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing that I ain't going to rescue my little sister. I will go anywhere. I remember I saw a video of a man, his mom was trapped in a burning building, like 24 high-rise tower block flat. This guy climbed up like 10 floors to go and rescue his mom. Yeah, that's what I would do. That's what I would do. Right. Man said, never take a photo with alcohol in your hand, you know. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't drink, so it don't matter to me. Big up Jada. Jada's in the chat. Right, let me see what. Yes, Nadia. Nah, man, don't worry, you ain't missed nothing anyway. Yeah. Jada, why have you got the German flag on your thing? Because you're not mixed race, are you? Was you born there or something like that? Let me know why you got the German flag on your thing. Someone said, what do you mean Britain's face is changing? So, you know, like how a lot of people, they complain, oh, you know, I don't recognize this town anymore. This town's gone to pot. That's why I hear these people in this Northampton place say, I don't recognize this town anymore. This town's gone to pot. Or they say it's a shithole now. Basically, when people that look like this wall here say the area has gone downhill and it's a shithole, it's got nothing to do with the crime, it's got nothing to do with the drugs, it's got nothing to do with prostitution or employment's down by 50%. It's all to do with people that don't originate from here coming over here. That is the baseline for their reason for an area going downhill and becoming a shithole. This is the reason why a lot of these people have voted for Brexit. It ain't got nothing to do with the economy or any laws or anything like that. Keep the scum out. Yeah? Keep the scumbags out, in their opinion. So yeah, they think, you know, the town's going downhill and that simply because they just don't like the people that they see walking around. But it's funny. Funny enough, yeah, look, so I just asked Jada, yeah, why she's got the German flag on her profile. Now, she said because she found out she's got German ancestry. Do you understand? Everybody watching this right now, yeah? Everybody watching this right now. The reason why you look the way you look right now is because if you go far enough back in time, someone came from another land to another land and mixed with the people there. Everyone. Unless you're from the Ras Clark Sentinel Island or you're from some remote village in Angola or the Congo. Everybody is mixed. It doesn't matter. Even if you have to go back 100 generations, everybody is mixed. The reason why you look the way you do in this physical form is because someone went from somewhere to another. So at that point, at some point, when some people started coming over to another place, the local people were thinking, oh, well, this place, this area is changing and that. That change created you. But people are so dumb, they can't see further than their fucking nose. That even like the people then that look like this, yo, you got people, I think the Anglo-Saxons are originally from, is it Denmark or somewhere? Someone put down where the Anglo-Saxons are originally from. Somewhere in Europe. So, yeah, if you're English, you're not even technically like the original people. Like, bro, there'll be people that come over from different places as well. Someone put down in the comment section where the Anglo-Saxons are originally from. Unless you was the original people from there. Like, even me, I got a little bit of Chinese in me. When I was on the podcast the other day, I told the host, hey, I got Chinese in me. He said, yeah, you know, I can actually see it in your eyes, you know. Yeah. And imagine, yeah, the Chinese people, the Jamaicans at the time, like, the Chinese boy, them are come over and take away our jobs and them things there and that. Yo, the reason why I look this way is because, you know, I've got a little bit of Chinese in me. And I wouldn't appear in this physical form if I didn't have a great-great-grandfather that came over from Hong Kong. So, yeah, embrace people coming over and that. Or else you wouldn't look the way you do right now. The original Turks. See, everyone thinks Turk means, shish kebab man, Mediterranean kind of looking, black hair. Blood. The original Turks were Chinese looking people, like Mongolian looking people. They're the original Turks. Yeah? But the face of Turkey is a lot different now, isn't it? The face of Turkey looks like people with Mediterranean, sort of Arab sort of descent. Like, you don't need to do more history and like do a little bit more research into history and geography and that. Yo, a lot of countries, they shift borders. Me and Nadia was watching one thing the other day about the fall of the Soviet Union. We only watched half of the 2-hour video. We need to watch the other half. And basically, obviously, she's half Polish and that. So Poland, they've lost their country and got it back and whatever and that. So the borders have shifted, yeah? some parts of Poland, you know, like back in the day, were probably technically Germany and that. I was saying to Nadia, there's certain people that think that, yeah, I'm certified Polish blood. Hold on a minute. If we go back far enough, that part that these people were claiming that they're Polish and they're from, technically was a part of Germany. Like it originated as a part of Germany. It became Poland 1,000 years later, but originally it was German. So what the hell is your actual nationality if the borders keep changing? There's a town in England that's on the border of Scotland. At some point in history, it was a part of England. Then it was a part of Scotland. Then it was a part of England. It kept on changing. So if you was born there, what are you really? Are you Scottish or are you English? I know a girl, I was saying this to Nadia the other day. I know a chick called Priya. Yeah. So in Africa, on the East Coast, Tanzania, Kenya, around them sort of size there, they got a lot of Indian people. Yeah. There was one girl from my school as well. She's from Tanzania, but she's just straight Indian. Yeah. So this girl I know called Priya, she didn't go to my school. She went to Taekwondo. Well, no, I used to talk to her from Taekwondo. I met her at a different club. But anyway, I said to her, where are your parents from? Like, she's like, oh yeah, my parents, well, my great grandparents came from India, but yeah, my mom and dad, they were born in Tanzania and Kenya and that. So if you know anything about Indian history and that, back in the day, there was no Pakistan and there was no Bangladesh. It was just British India, yeah? So I said, you know when your great grandparents left, because basically British India split into Pakistan and Bangladesh in like 1940 or something like that. So very recently, yeah, really and truly, yeah. Only like 85 years ago, really, yeah. Obviously, her great grandparents left India and went to Kenya hundreds of years ago and that, yeah. I said, your grandparents that left, if they went back to where they left and where they came from originally, where would that be in the continent of Asia? She said, you know what? She said, because I was sitting at the table with them. She was with her little brother and that. She was like, you know what? If our grandparents went back to where they came from, we might actually technically be from Pakistan. Understand? So are they from Pakistan or are they from India? The point is borders change. So a man said, I can see it. Yeah, a lot of people might think I bun weed or I'm high. No, man. I got Chinese in me. So, but to be fair, I get the Chinese from my mum, but my mum ain't got Chinese looking eyes. I used to have proper Chinese looking eyes when I was younger, but they opened up a bit now. I can see a bit better. Even like with Nadia, yeah. So I bought Nadia the DNA test. So she would just claim to be half Polish, half Iraqi. When she done the DNA test, it came up with like, I don't know. Let's say the side that she thought was supposed to be just Iraqi, it was like half of it was like Iranian. She was like, oh, a bit confused. I wasn't confused. I know why. Because Iran and Iraq are next to each other and they've had a lot of wars going on in those countries. Of course, people would have fled from one place to another. And when they got to this new place, they probably lied and said, yeah, I'm this. Very simple, not hard. And I swear, I even asked Nadia, where are your families from in Iraq? Are they close to the Iranian border? And I'm sure she said, yeah. I mean, that was a very easy one to work out. And I said, you can see all right with them eyes, you know. I said, we are not even from here. You listen to NWA? No. So this person's calling me the N-word. This is a word that Nadia calls me all the time. This person's calling me a narcissist. Yeah, probably. You know, that's the thing, yeah. And I'm not saying that this is Nadia, but what I'm saying is like nowadays you can't have any sort of ego or high self-esteem. If you do, or else now you'll be called a narcissist and that. You see, the esteem level of people is so low that if you just love yourself and you idolize yourself, you are seen as being narcissistic and there's something wrong with you. Blood. Let me tell you something, yeah. If you don't believe and love yourself, no one else is gonna believe in you or love you. Yeah. Now, I don't do it. You know, I don't believe in myself so that other people believe in myself. I just do. But what I'm saying is like, you know, that put it this way. Have you ever heard people like about to give you a compliment and they say, I'm about to give you a compliment or whatever, but don't get a big head? What? Why are you afraid of someone that you know, you giving them a compliment and them getting a big head? Are you that worried about someone else having confidence around you that it's going to affect your confidence? Because I've never said to any of my people, don't get a big head, but, you know, let's say some girl says she thinks you're a 10 or whatever, or this girl likes you or whatever, innit? Yeah. I've never said that to any of my people. I don't give a damn. I want my people, them around me, to have big heads. Why would I want to be around some low self-esteem people? Nah, man, I don't want their energy dragging me down. When I say energy, I'm not talking about this spiritual hocus pocus vibrations nonsense that I hear a lot of gyal spewing. I'm not talking about that crap. I don't want them vibes around me. I only want people around me who are winning. I only want winners around me, or else I'll be on my own. I don't want to be around losers. If people are a loser or you're not winning, you have some low self-esteem, I ban you from my life. It's as simple as that. There are people I know that I've realized they have not evolved, they have not reached no success in the last 10 years. I ban them from my life. It's as simple as that. I'm not associating with no one that's not moving forward. You don't have to move forward as fast as me. You don't have to go at the same pace as me. Everyone's pace is different. Everyone's timeline is different. But I need to see some improvement. I know guys that if I look over the last 10 years, they've been in the exact same position. They've just evolved, but they ain't evolved in the right way. So let's say like, oh, you know, they go on to start family or whatever crap and that, but they're still in the same position. They're just an older version of their previous self. I don't want no one around me like that. I only want to be around winners. That's it. So if you're not a winner, you can't be around me. Like I say all the time, it just boggles my mind how some of these chicks, they will get breed up by these waste men. They will actually allow a waste man to mount them and to make a copy of himself. And I'm like, yo, I wouldn't even want that idiot to have my number, let alone phone me, let alone link up, let alone spend any, no homo, spend time, yeah, chatting to a man. And you let this guy make a copy of himself and be someone superior. Like, are you on drugs? Are you seriously on drugs? It's crazy. I just don't get it. Maybe I'm just on another level. Yeah? When you get to a certain level, yeah, you just see the world differently. Yeah. And I can't believe like some of these chicks actually allow these guys to make copies of themselves and then be someone superior. But then what they do is they end up complaining about them anyway. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. Someone said, you're a Muslim. I'm not a Muslim. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God. Right. So this individual said, nothing wrong with starting a family and married, then just moving high. Oh, I thought it was going to go on to say something else. Right. I thought it was going to go on to say something else. Yeah, all right. So you're saying, yeah, nothing wrong with starting a family and that. Yo, you need to start a family when you're financially stable. You need to start a family when you're in a position where if your missus stopped working, you lot could survive. I didn't say 2 holidays a year. I didn't say, you know, driving around in Ferraris and Lamborghinis, but you lot could survive. And not on the bare minimum neither. Yeah. Like, kids, listen, we can only have sausages once a week. Throughout the week, we have to just eat beans and rice and salad. Yeah. But you don't start a family, man, if you're not in a position where your missus could stop working and you lot could survive. If you need your missus to help you, you're not in a position to reproduce. You're not. Because Nadia could stop working tomorrow and she would still be able to get her nails done, eat food, sit in a warm house. Yeah, she ain't gonna be going on 3 holidays a year. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could take her on 3 holidays a year if I really wanted to. But I'm in a position because I put the fucking work in. If you can't pay all the bills on your own and you don't need help from your missus, yeah, you need help from your missus, you shouldn't be starting a family. You should not be starting a family if you can't take care of the family on your own. As long as you're in good health, obviously. You know, you're not in good health, you can't do nothing for no one unless you got insurance and stuff. Nadia said you'll pay for my nails. Oh my day, how much does your nails cost? £30? Nothing. This is nothing. Even if that was once every 2 weeks. I mean, I don't know how often women get their nails done and that, but like what? Once every 2 weeks. That's £60 a month. Nothing, man. It's our money, man. Yeah, you're going next Sunday on your dime, not my dime. Yeah. Yeah, man, to be able to, you know, take care of all the bills on his own. There's guys right now, they wouldn't even be able to live in a flat if it wasn't for their missus going half on the private rent, because let's say the rent's $1,200 a month or something like that. Fucking crazy. So what happens is when they break up, where's he going to afterwards? To his mom's house. He's going back to his mom's house. Yo, I've met women, grown-ass women who are 70 years old, talking about their son has moved back into their house, their council house, because the son, who's 50 years old, has just split up with the missus a few months ago. Imagine that. Imagine being so unestablished. Yeah, is that even really a word? But anyway, imagine being so unestablished that when you break up with your missus, you have to go back to your mom's house. You see, the difference is, yeah, when me and Nadia have breakups, do you know how many times, yeah, me and Nadia have had breakups throughout my time on YouTube? You've never seen any change. You've never seen me, hey guys, I'm live streaming from my car for the next few months and that because I ain't got nowhere to live, or I'm live streaming from my mom's living room because I ain't got nowhere to live, so I'm back at my mom's house. Do you know how many breakups we had? None of you lot would know the fucking difference. For one, I ain't a bitch that will come on screen or even in my own time, oh, I want my girl back. But for two, I have my own team pattern. Furthermore, me and Nadia had a little break, like around Christmas time, whatever. I moved into this new house. Yeah. So not only did I remain in the same place because I got my team pattern, I actually went to another house. Yeah, that I should have moved into a long time ago. I was just being lazy, couldn't go to move. Imagine that, breaking up with a girl and then you have to, your circumstances change. Nah, that means you ain't got your life in order. And certain men think they're smart, you know. Certain men have said to me, my missus can't kick me out because I'm on the rent book. Like my name is on it, so she can't kick me out. Yo, that's the gift and the curse, you know. You see, one thing you have to do, yeah, in a relationship, you got to show the woman you mean business. You got to show the woman that, yo, because it doesn't matter who you are. The gal is going to test you. Maybe not physically. She's going to test you to see, are you this gangster? Are you the guy that you really say you are, that you don't take shit from women? And, you know, they will do something, say something mad or whatever, and yeah, you're gonna have to break up with them. When you're in a position where your name is on the rent book, so legally your girlfriend can't kick you out or get you evicted unless you put your hands on her like a madman. What's gonna happen is you're gonna probably end up sleeping downstairs on the sofa or whatever. Your girl's gonna say something disrespectful to you that, okay, legally you don't have to leave, but you should have left. You understand how that works? You should have left. You should have said, you know what, fuck it, I'm getting my big IKEA bag, or what do you call it, Nadia? The Romanian bag, or whatever, no disrespect to them. The laundry bag with the checkered thing on it, and I'm filling that ass up and I'm going wherever. Yeah, you don't even get to exercise your right to leave. So it's the gift and the curse. Yeah, you don't have to leave legally, but then you're gonna stay in the environment where you're not being respected. Nah, you gotta leave. You gotta leave. This is what's gonna happen, yeah? So Nadia is getting her own house soon, yeah? So I'm gonna go and stay with Nadia, yeah? Just to make sure everything's all right and that, yeah? So when I go stay at Nadia's house, yeah? If Nadia starts acting up, yeah? I'm gonna take my stuff and bring it back to this house. She's gonna have to come beg me back. She's gonna have to come and get my stuff and put it back in her wardrobe neatly, yeah? That's what's gonna happen. So you know what's coming, Nadia, yeah? I'm gonna have some of my stuff at her house. I'm gonna take my stuff. If she wants to come back, she has to come and get my stuff and put it back in the cupboard neatly. It's all fun and games, though. Yeah, you got to show these women you mean business. You mean business. I don't give a fuck. And you know what? You got to stand on business. There have been a couple times, yeah, where I thought, you know, maybe I was a bit of an asshole. Nah, you can't beg the woman back. And sorry, nah, that's weakness. You got to stand on business. You just got to say to yourself, you know what? The next girl, I ain't going to push it so far. Never. 5 years, maybe 6 years, I think, maybe, yeah. Me and Nadi been together and that, yeah. Never have I begged her back. None of that. You don't show no weakness, man. Rock solid out here. Rock solid. Because when you show weakness, that's the beginning of the end. The beginning of the end. And how do you not show weakness? By living in abundance. How do you live in abundance? By having your shit together, like having a house, or you know, you got a flat that you can go back to. I guarantee you there's more guys who put up with shit because they're in their woman's house, as opposed to, let's say they had their own flat. That, you know, they spend most of their time at their girl's yard, but they actually have their own flat. It's just basically empty all the time. They're not renting it out, but it's just empty. They just go back there once a week to get the mail and that. I guarantee you those guys are putting up with less shit. Do you know why? Because they're in an abundance. Yeah, they can actually leave and go somewhere else. You see, women are like bloodhounds. Yeah, they're like psychics. They can really feel on an intrinsic level whether you've got that real abundance. They can feel it. They can feel it. They know when you're not living in abundance. They know when you're in scarcity. Told you, women they have magic powers, yeah. Now, not in like the supernatural sense and that, but I told you this story once before. I remember where I used to live around the corner, there was this lake, and the lake runs parallel with the road that you drive down, yeah. So where this lake is, you can walk. I used to go running down there, but you know, people walk down there. People walk their dogs there all the time. And I remember I was heading towards my house. Now, like I said, the lake runs parallel with the road, but the lake is downhill. So when you're on the road, you look down and you can see the path, yeah? So I'm driving this way. There's a white girl heading in the same direction as me, yeah? So I'm coming up behind her, yeah? I'm in the road driving. She's on the path to my left, downhill. This girl did not look nice. She was nothing to look at. Some random white girl. She had black hair tied back and she was walking a dog. Nothing special, yeah? I don't even remember her face. There was nothing to look at. But for some reason, I was just looking at her whilst I was driving. Now, I'm driving up the road at like 40 miles an hour, yeah, approaching her fast. This is when you know women have psychic, supernatural powers. Yo, this girl, she had headphones on as well, yeah? All of a sudden, she just turned to the right and she looked me dead in my eyes. I was like, what the fuck? How the fuck did she know that I was looking at her? Because obviously my car's fucked up, but I know it don't make no noises that's gonna draw anyone's attention. She just turned around and she looked me straight in my eyes. You know, I was like, yo, I've had it before. I remember one time I was driving to my mum's yard. I was near Edmonton Green Police Station. Some woman's walking. Again, I'm coming up behind her. She looked straight back at me. Through the windscreen, looked me dead in my eyes. How did she know I was looking at her? Women have psychic powers, yeah? Supernatural powers, bro. They know when they're being watched. Like a rabbit, yeah? In the grasslands, it knows when there's a fucking fox or some sort of predator after them. Right, let's see if there's any comments on this one. So someone asked, have you got kids, children? No kids. What should a man do in his 20s? Work every hour under the sun, but you know, you should have some sort of trade or skill or education in that. So whatever field you're in or field you're striving to be in, you should work every hour under the sun. Try and get them 12-hour days in, man. You should be busy. You know, there's young people right now, yeah, be like, oh, I just want to move out of my house, my parents' house. They want to leave their parents' house. I'm not getting along with my mum and that. Yo, if you are working a 9 to 5 or a 9 to 7 or whatever, 9 to 8, if you're doing the best part of 10 to 12 hours a day, and you know, you come back and you go to the gym, or you come back and you lock yourself in your room for 3 hours, you know, creating and formulating some big plans to take over the universe, you ain't gonna have time to be not getting along with your mom. So the reason why you're not getting along with your mom or your dad, you're too available. When I was working at that infamous Holborn job, my mom did not see me. My mom would wake up early in the morning, make me a cup of tea at 6 in the morning, or you know, 20 past 6, whatever. And my mom would also make me a cup of tea when I come back from work at like 9, 10 o'clock, if she was awake. My mom did not see me because I would get up at like, you know, 6:15, shower. I would always be late for the train. I would leave my house and just start running down the road. Yeah, I'll just start running for the train, get on the train, get to work at 8 o'clock, whatever. And I wouldn't get back till, depends on if I was doing 12 hours or 14 hours that day. Get back minimum 9 or maybe 11 o'clock. My mom didn't see me. My mom did not see me. So if you're not getting along with your parents because they're seeing you too much, you should be too busy. You think when Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk are building out their business, their mom was getting on their fucking nerves? No way. Their parents were already begging them for time. State your account so the viewers from the fake life come here. What fake life? There ain't no fake life. Is engineering degree a good path to take in your early 20s? Yeah. Even I remember, yeah, I had a tenant. He was cool, one Romanian guy. He was living obviously at one of my houses, my first house when I used to rent it out. He was living there, and he was a civil engineer. He was on £300 a day. He used to drive to and from Birmingham. Now, this was £300 a day, not today. This was £300 a day back in 2018. Yeah, that's good money. Yeah, remember, £300 a day back then was a lot more money than it is now. Yeah, back when you can do maybe a whole week's worth of shopping for £50. I don't know, because I never used to do shopping like that. But back when you could, you know, yo, you go into Tesco's right now, yeah, just buy a few items, yeah, couple meat products, couple bleach products, and that, bam, £47.20, please. So he was on £300 back then as a civil engineer. That was in 2018, early 2019. Obviously, probably self-employed subcontractor and that. That's the way forward, man. Someone said, are you currently live on different accounts? Yeah. Yeah. You know, why just stream on one account when you can stream on 2 accounts at the same time? What would you do if your daughter was helping her man pay his bills? No. Why would my daughter be with a man that needs help paying his bills? See, when I have a daughter, let's say I do have a daughter, because you never know, I might just have sons. Yeah? If I have a daughter, I'm going to provide a certain lifestyle for her so that she knows once she leaves dad's house, yo, you better go and find a man that can provide the lifestyle that I'm providing. Yeah. Well, you're really going to leave dad's house that's nice and clean. You've got your big, massive room. You know, life is patterned and nice in a certain way to go and live in a fucking council house, some bum ass guy. No way. No way. Absolutely not. So, yeah, my daughter's not going to be with no guy that's paid, that needs help with his bills. Nadia has never helped me with a bill. I don't need no money from nobody. The only time I would need money is like, let's say, I don't know, let's say I'm buying a property and I've come up a bit short. Yo, lend me 2 grand, yeah? And I'll give it back to you in 2 weeks' time. That's different. Might come up short on that, yeah? But it won't be, oh, can you lend me £50 until next Monday, please? Oh, I had a family member hit me up on Facebook. Can you lend me £50 until when? No, I told him no. None of this, well, you know, money's a bit, no, I'm not lending you no money. Fucking grown-ass 50-plus-year-old man asking a youth man for £50. Are you crazy? And this guy has kids, obviously. Obviously, he has kids, obviously. Obviously, he's someone superior, obviously. Imagine that. Imagine being such a waste man that you're asking people for £50. I don't get these people. But again, it's because you ain't put in the work over the years. How can a man say he's probably in tough time? He needs help to get back on his feet. Yo, you're in more than tough times if you need £50. Like, yo, you should have too much of an ego. Yeah. And obviously, ego is a bad thing sometimes. I'll go on to explain. But you should have too much of an ego to be asking a youth man for £50. Someone that's young enough to be your son for £50. So it's either you have no ego or you're so down in the dumps that ego is just out of the window. Yeah. Yo, any little helps. Tesco's. Yeah. Now, ego is bad. The bigger man like Andrew Tate, he said the morgue and prisons are filled up with nothing but ego. And that is the realest truth. Do you know how many times I've had fights with people on the street just because a man was looking at me the wrong way? Ego. You don't want to look away first. Now, obviously, you walk down the road, make eye contact, you look away. But I've had situations where there's no looking away. Now it's gone beyond that now. You've stared at a man for too long. Now it's a situation. And you're not G-checking me. So this is going to escalate. Had it before, a couple times. Definitely had 2 fights out of it. Definitely. Obviously had situations where, you get me, man, just squaring up or whatever and that. But definitely had 2 fights out of it. Minimum. Minimum. Trying to think of if there's a third time where I actually had swingers with someone. Someone was looking at me. But yeah. No, you're not sticking it on me. No way. You're not sticking it on me. I just crossed the road right now and someone oversteered until I walked past. I mean, look, you can't go around walking the streets and every time someone doesn't look away quick enough, you're gonna you have a fight 10 times a day. 10 times a day you have a fight with a man. But obviously I'm just saying, like, there's situations where I'm like, nah. I mean, I'm not thinking about it at the time, like, oh, okay, he's not looking away and that. You go with the flow. Yeah, you go with the flow, and turn into beef. And there's people that I didn't know directly, but man have died because a man was watching me for too long. Because they got into a fight, one and done. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Don't get it twisted. I ain't saying for no one to start fighting anyone because someone, but I'm saying now, obviously, I've had those situations. People are looking too long, and yeah, it's on. A lot of that nonsense they go on in college as well, especially the college that I went to, Hartford Regional, because it was at the end, so it was no man's land. So you had man from Edmonton, Tottenham, man. Maybe it's a couple Enfield man and that. Like, there was one youth there from Stoke Newton, but he went to an Enfield school. So I mean, he lives in Enfield anyway. So he's Stoke Newton. But yeah, you had man that were not in their area. So it's like, oh, it's a new start, clean slate, something to prove and that. There was man coming to college with red bandanas on. Yeah, some random Turkish youth from Tottenham come to the college with a red bandana. College is for learning, boy. Man, really repping his ends in college. Yeah, man. Don't worry about man watching you for too long and that. You thinking in 6 months' time you're gonna care about that guy over mean mugging you? Oh, you ain't gonna care about that, man. It's ego. See, that's what I'm saying. It's ego that's making you think, oh man, I was staring too long, Ego. Like to say, even if you did mash him up, or even if he did look away first, you're gonna be able to go to a mortgage lender and say, I don't have enough money to afford the mortgage, but the other day some guy was watching me, so I stuck it on him. Yeah. How long are plumbing apprenticeships? I mean, I'm thinking that maybe they'll be like 2 years long or something like that. Right, let's see. There's bare people joining and that, but they're joining, but they're not staying. 3552, Sly Oldie, Lobos Jewelry, Aaron Lewis, Patricia, Corpse, Easy Boot, A, HK, Sarah. Everyone's joining, but no one's staying. Big up Miss T, always in the live streams and that. Why are you on 2 accounts? The same reason why you've been on 2 accounts on them dating websites. Yeah, you're trying to make sure that you can get to as much people as possible. Yeah, man, ask me why I'm on 2 accounts. The same reason why you got a Hinge and Tinder account. And I said, how do you know? I mean, because I would do that as well. I remember back in the day, man was on. So to be fair, you know, back in the day, the first dating site that I tried was POF. I mean, I don't know how popular it is now, but when I started, like, yo, I'm talking like this is 013. Yeah. Man wasn't on no nonsense like adult friend finder. No, that for me, that's like for white people. I'm not saying that obviously POF weren't for white people, but like adult friend finder, that's definitely for white people. You know what, yeah? That was so ghetto back in the day. I used to think that Facebook was for teachers and white people, you know, until I signed up to Facebook. And to be fair, I only signed up to Facebook just so that I could keep in contact with my taekwondo friends. But yeah, back in the day, like 013, the first dating site that I tried was POF. This was before Tinder. Tinder didn't even exist back then. And if it did, let me Google search when Tinder first came out. I don't think Tinder existed back then. If it did, it was proper low key, like no one used it. When did Tinder start? I bet it's gonna say, oh shit, apparently Tinder was launched in 2012. All right, so it was not popular then because I never even heard of it. I just Googled when did it become popular. Apparently in the summer of 2013 and 2014. So yeah, I just didn't hear about it then. But yeah, so man was using them Plenty of Fish. Yeah. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, Plenty of Fish and that. Then I don't know. I think I just probably stopped using it. Like me, dating websites never been good for me, man. I remember there was one time, yeah. What's that fucking um what's that purple dating site? Is it Badu or Baidu? Yo, that I remember when that first came out. I tried that shit. Yo, that shit was shit, blood. Just a bunch of African and Romanian girls on Baidu. You know, yeah, one time, yeah, I went onto it, yeah, and I was just looking at the chicks. I was like, yo, my life is shit, boy. If these are the girls that are on the horizon, yo, man, life is shit, boy. Life is depressing, boy. Fuck that, boy. Fuck that. I said Beaver Street, you know, ain't that thing there with the women selling themselves. So someone said, so Cabzino said the app is fake. Then someone here said that Baidu or Badu, whatever it's called, is fake. Okay. I mean, I don't know because obviously I ain't used that in years, boy. But I think like Hinge might be the one now. I don't know. Describe your future son age 60. I mean, he should be retired by age 30 or something like that, 35 or something like that. Because obviously I will give him a brain transplant and I will give him my knowledge. So he will you know, be able to get to success a lot quicker than me. Sign up to them accounts and be ready to get scammed. Okay. Yeah, but how are you gonna get scammed? Do you have to pay or something? Even Hinge is a joke thing right now. I mean, there might be a sign to just get out on the road and approach gal, you know. But obviously, to be fair, yeah, you should be approaching girls anyway. Don't just rely on them fucking dating apps. Approach gal. Approach gal. Hinge has dead things. Oh, okay, I don't know. What age do you want to retire? So I should be able to not have to work by the age of 40. When I'm 40 and I'm bold. So yeah, by 40. Approach gal in the shubs. I mean, you shouldn't be at no shubs really though. Because then you're just approaching low quality gal. Yeah, you ain't finding no high quality, you know, posh girls in no shubs. No way. I refuse to believe it. Maybe one random time you might find some girl because her brethren's or some new batch of girls that she's hanging around with has dragged her out. But yo, you ain't finding no high quality girls. The same high quality girls that go to these clubs to meet footballers, you're not finding them in Shoreditch at Cargo or fucking corner shop of them ghetto ass ratchet clubs. Be at one where you just walk in, you don't even have to pay. You're only gonna really find high quality girls typically, you know, at places that, you know, it might be like a guest list and stuff like that. Man said he met his girl at the bus stop. Yeah, that's the way. Like ratchet just means like low value, low quality. Put it this way: if you go on a live stream and you see a girl bunning weed, just know she's ratchet. She's ratchet. Now, she might not be the ratchet of the ratchetest. But what I'm saying is that's ratchet. That's ratchet. Putting it out there to the world that you're a stoner and you're a pothead. Put it this way: ratchet girls are not reserved. If you got a girl talking about all different bedroom activities on a TikTok live, that is a ratchet girl. No posh reserved girl would ever usher those words in public. No, not on a public platform. No way. They can have their little talks with their girlfriends in a closed environment, but they're not just going to be talking on the internet about this and that. Do you think the Queen of England, RIP, Lizzie the GOAT, you think she'll be talking about them things there online? Absolutely not. No way. Just ask yourself this question. If you want to think to yourself, like, oh, is this girl ratchet or not? Do you think the Queen or Princess Diana would ever do that or act like that? Shit. Very simple. Not saying it have to be at that level, but what I'm saying is, yeah, do you think they would be acting like that somewhat? No way. Lizzie probably chopped 5 times in her life. I mean, that's probably less than that, boy. Probably a low body count right there. Nah, to be fair, you know what? Obviously, hey, I don't know the Queen like that. But I'd say she probably only got a body count of 2, you know? Yeah, I reckon 1 before Charles. That's it. Just 1 before Charles, I reckon. Who? I don't know. Remember, yeah, women back in the day were different. They weren't sleeping around and that. Listen, I remember I watched some, you know, a video from like the 1960s, the 1950s, black and white. They were on the streets of London and they were on the streets of like Belfast or some other city in Ireland. And they were showing women of that generation, the 1950s, pictures of women that just with their cleavage out. And it's like, how can you walk down the road like that? How dare she? Calling them all these different names and that. Yo, if those women saw what the women of today were doing, they'll be turning over in their graves. The thing is different now. The thing is different. These women, blood, there was a post the other day, yeah, with some mixed race chick in America saying that, your life is shit, directing this at women if you've only got a body count of 5. What? You're not living life if your body count's only 5. What? What? Fucking madness. That's what man them should be saying. The girl are moving like man them, talking about your life is shit if your body count is only 5. Craziness. See, Marcus said this. See, look, this is one thing I said the other day, yeah? Maybe this side of the year. I don't know. I don't know if it was before Christmas, but anyway. I was saying that you don't see posh, well-educated, you know what I'm saying, well-spoken girls really using social media. Like, you won't see them on TikTok lives, really. You won't. You will see 100 just some run-of-the-mill, ghetto-ass, ratchet-ass, common girls on social media, but you will hardly ever see any posh girls on TikTok, any well-educated, any well-spoken girls on TikTok. They exist, and they do have internet, you know. They just don't put themselves out there, because a part of being, you know, a high-quality woman means you're not easily accessible. If you're easily accessible, it's probably because you're of low quality if you're a woman. I can't lie, young Will Smith looks like Jay Wise. You know, I've heard that before, you know. Jada said STDs don't exist no more. Yeah, they're just a part of the blood now. Yeah, because apparently gorillas, apparently, how the fuck I know this, I don't know. Gorillas allegedly, they have chlamydia just in them, but it don't affect them. It might only like affect human beings or whatever if you catch it. I don't know, but yeah. So it's just a part of the human makeup now. Yeah, STDs, boy. Man said in iRobot, you know. Someone, oh shit. Someone left a comment saying, what do you think about the housing crisis at the moment? Doesn't affect me. See, when you put the work in, there's no housing crisis for you. I'm telling you right now, yeah, putting in the work, becoming a man or a woman of value and substance, having money, you get excluded from a lot of the world's problems. When you have money, heat is not an issue. When you have money, electricity is not an issue. When you have money, food is not an issue. When you have money, housing and accommodation is not an issue. Money will alleviate a lot of your problems. How do you get to the money? You put the fucking work in. Very simple. So I don't need to worry about the housing crisis. Now, the housing crisis is good for me because obviously it gives me content to react to on Patreon. But it don't affect me because I've put the work in to be immune from the disease of the cost of living crisis. Food don't affect me, gas, water, electric, it don't affect me. You know, like how I said gorillas apparently, allegedly, naturally have chlamydia, but it don't affect them. Well, that, yeah, because I put in the work, money problems don't affect me. I'm trying to get rid of my money so that I don't have much money, so I'm more hungry. Yo, broke man that are starving, they need money. Me, I got money, I'm trying to get rid of my money. Something like, yeah, back to a low amount of money, 1 or 2, 3, 4 grand. Yeah, that's a nice amount of money for me to be back in hunger mode. I don't want to be sitting on 20 grand or 4. I don't want to be comfortable. Don't get just I don't want to be sleeping out on the streets, and I don't want to be that hungry and desperate. But I like being like, you know, hungry and yeah, time to grind. Whoops. Man. Someone said Unc. Do you invest in the stock market? No. No, I don't. Right. Where's this one? Yeah, so someone asked, Jay Wise, you ever dealt with anxiety? So it was around maybe December of 2013. Yeah. I was in the process of buying, I've got a flat that's opposite the other flat. I was in the process of buying the second one. Yeah. So I already had one, trying to buy the other one. So anyway, around November, December times, 2023, like, I mean, I don't know if it was real, like, if it even felt like heart palpitation, but like your heart skips a beat a little bit, like kind of thing, the hell's going on? So I don't know, like my chest was feeling a bit weird, like my heart, what I'm trying to say. So anyway, obviously, didn't stop me from going to work. Man, still on the grind, still getting up, going to the gym, going running and that. Nothing's gonna stop me. Going running, your heart's gonna really be beating fast and that. What happened? Yeah, so no issues with my heart when I'm going running or anything. And you'd think that if you have like a problem with your heart, when you're exerting your body, that's going to be the time when your heart's going to start playing up on you and that. Anyway, I remember there was one time I was lying in bed and my heart was just feeling odd. So I'm like, fuck this. I'm like, yo, Nadia, we'll go in hospital. Yeah. So anyway, so she drove me there, and yeah, we saw the doctor in the hospital like after like an hour of waiting or whatever. They do like the blood. I mean, obviously they put that the ECG thing on you or whatever and that. Checked. They take like your blood pressure and that checked. So the doctor came to see me. He said, "Oh, we checked your ECG and that." And he was just asking me questions like, "Oh, what do you do for a living? Do you work out and that?" Anyway, told him, and he said, "We can't see anything wrong with you. What we think the problem is with you, why your heart's feeling like this, like it skips a beat and that, we think you're having anxiety." I'm like, "What? Me having anxiety?" I said to Nadia, they said that I've got anxiety. Have you noticed any changes in my behavior? Because obviously then she was living at my house. She was like, "No, nothing." See, this is how rock solid I am and how on the ball and on task I am. I had anxiety and I didn't know. I just thought there was something wrong with my heart. Nothing affects me for the most part. Yeah. I can't deflect bullets or nothing like that. What I'm saying is other people, they'll be like, "Oh, there's something wrong with me. So maybe I should not go into work." Bro, I'd have to be half dead not to go into work. I allegedly had anxiety and I didn't even fucking know. This is the power of getting up and doing what the hell you need to do, regardless of how you feel. So it doesn't matter if you feel a bit tired, sad, doesn't matter what the weather is outside, it could be pissing down with rain. It was even hailing hailstones earlier, just for like 15 minutes when I went running in the morning. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what the weather is. Even if it's icy on the road, I will still go running. I will just be jogging ultra slow because I'm not going to bruck up and mash up myself. Yeah? It's more of a mental exercise. The mental exercise is, it doesn't matter what the situation is, we need to get these tasks complete today, now. So the running isn't even a physical exercise, it's a mental exercise. Anyway, when I must have went to I can't remember, I think I went to the hospital after that as well. Like, I can't remember what it was for. But the doctor said to me, your heart rate, your heart beats like quite slowly, like abnormally slow compared to the average person. I remember it was a Nigerian doctor, black man, obviously. So he was like, "Yeah, your heart beats slower than the average person." I was like, "Oh, is it? Like, why is that?" And he's like, "No, it's a good thing. Because you told me you go running, that's why your heart beats slower than the average person. Because your heart works more efficiently. So it doesn't have to beat as fast. So put it this way, when someone that doesn't go running, when they go for a run the first time, yo, their heart will be out of their chest and on the floor if they have a proper run. Yeah, me, my heart will be beating fast, but I'll recover much quicker than obviously someone that don't go running, because I'm used to running for 20-30 minutes non-stop. None of this standing at traffic lights and that, nah, just non-stop. I'm not saying I'm sprinting the whole time, obviously not. I have my moments when I'm jogging real slow after the little sprints and that, but yeah, when you exercise and you work out, your heart beats more efficiently. It's like if you go running at high altitudes, like out in the up in the mountains, you will be more fitter because the air is thinner, so therefore your body can't take in as much air. So when it does take in air, your body is going to use it. Your lungs are going to use it more efficiently because it's a more scarce resource. If you have 5 liters of water sitting there and you drink it, you're just going to be pissing for England and that. I guarantee you, yeah, if you had a liter of water in the desert, you will drink that and you probably wouldn't even go piss because your body needs that water. Just like that. What's your BPM? Is that blood pressure? You know, my blood pressure is high, allegedly. So this is what it is, yeah. Allegedly, I've got high blood pressure. Allegedly. Now, the reason why I'm saying it's allegedly, I don't want to come across like someone who's in denial, yeah? But what I'm saying is the reason why I think my blood pressure is high is just because of who I am as a person. You're not going to be on the ball. You're not going to be a serious man. You're not going to be the sort of person that gets up and does the things he doesn't want to do, regardless of how he feels, and have low blood pressure. Someone who has low blood pressure can be someone who's happy-go-lucky. Oh, it's all right. Just lost my house and my girlfriend's kicked me out. It's all right. Nah, I'm on the ball. Yeah, I'm always working. So that's why I think I've got high blood pressure. I just think some people, their blood pressure, like their average blood pressure is just higher than other people because that's just their nature. You know, like some men have more testosterone than other men. Me personally, I don't think I have some massive high levels of testosterone. Certain men are just, yeah, they just have more testosterone than others. Certain men, yeah, have a higher sperm count than other men. So obviously, I went down to the fertility clinic, yeah, to get the sperm count checked. So the first time it was just average, like 60 mil, yeah, so 60 million. So the average man has between 50 and 90. Mine was like 60 million. The second time I went there, 270 million. Yo, if Nadia is still in the chat, she will verify. The woman said to me and her that it is the highest she's ever seen. The woman has worked there for like 9 or 10 years. The highest she's ever seen in the fertility clinic. She must, when they saw the results, they must have, who the fuck is this man? They must have thought man was 6'8", fucking jawline made out of great. Bro, just look 5'9", but you get me, the DNA is on another level. Yeah. 270 million, the highest they've ever seen in the fertility clinic. Ever. She even said it, she was laughing when she said it. Yeah. So yeah, some people are just built different. Yeah. So I just think, you know, my blood pressure is higher because of the sort of person that I am. So, because you have different men, yeah. So, like, you have men who are like more ectomorph, more endomorph, more mesomorph, and you have people that are kind of like in between. Now, you have certain guys who are just straight mesomorph. Them man are born with a six-pack. Yeah. All they have to do is push a couple weights, do a couple press-ups, and you just see the muscle growing on them. Other men are just skinny, they can't build no muscle. Other men, they just put on a lot of weight. Me, I'm more like ecto-mesomorph, yeah? So I'm a slim person, but if I start doing weights or push-ups, I will see the muscle straight away. Straight away. It won't take me long to start looking big and buff and that. But in terms of like being an endomorph, I do not put on no weight. I've never been fat in my life, ever. Never. Always been slim. I couldn't gain weight if I wanted to. I remember before, yeah, there was times, yeah, where I stopped going taekwondo for 6 months. Yo, I was losing weight. You would think, yeah, going taekwondo, that would keep you obviously fit, obviously, but it would keep your weight down. You'd think if you stopped taekwondo, you would gain more weight. Yo, I was losing weight, yeah, because it's almost like I was losing mass, like muscle mass, so my weight was going down. Yeah, so my man said mesomorph makes the best athletes. Yeah. Man said, where's JY's top left piece of his head? And it's disappearing, man. It's running away, man. See, because my hair's thinning, yeah, I have to get like low haircuts and that. So, I mean, to be fair, I probably could grow it out and even it out, but I can't bother. I'll just get haircuts more often. Man said 270 is wild. Yeah, it was wild. It was wild still. When I went to the clinic the first time, it was so awkward. I'm in this room. You walk through the woman's office and you go in the room in the back. You get me? There's me in like, yo, I can even hear the woman talking on the phone, listening to the radio. You got me in the back, fucking with trousers by my ankles, trying to crash one. It took me ages, ages. The second time, yo, 1 minute. Yeah. Yeah. That was the 270. Yeah. I'd love to know if I could beat the record on that. Yeah, that would be funny still if I could get even higher than that. But yeah, obviously, yeah, 270 is wild, obviously. Obviously. But you know what? I read on the internet, apparently, Indian men have the highest count, allegedly. Apparently, Indian men. So I heard. Yeah, man, you have to give a sample, mate. And they don't let you take your girlfriend in there, none of that crap. You have to do it personally. Yeah. You can't ask the woman in the office to do it for you. Nah. You have to do it yourself, mate. You have to you can't release for 3 days. Yeah, you got to abstain for 3 days for some reason. So you can't go in there and you've abstained for 3 months or anything like that. Nah, it has to just be 3 days. That's the optimal time. I don't know why. Not too fresh, not too old. Because for me, I thought to myself like, yo, what if I'm infertile? Bro, I've been kicked in my balls bare times in taekwondo. Yeah. Obviously, you get me, man was a fighter and that. So, yo, man get kicked in my balls bare times. So I'm like, yo, imagine. Nah, good. What should you have saved up at age 25? I mean, maybe like just 10 grand or something like that. Just depends. But by 30, you should have 50 grand saved up. Easily. Easily by 30 years old, you should have 50 grand saved up. Because by the age of 25, you should have a good paying job and you should be in a position to save up £1,000 a month. Do that for 5 years. I mean, you should have at least 50. I'm not expecting every single month save up £1,000. Things are going to come up and that. I was saving up £1,000 a month, but I didn't necessarily have 12 grand at the end of a year because things come up. You got to fix the car and shit like that, or whatever in it. So So this True Hawk person say, yo, do you do one-to-ones? Yeah. Send me a DM. Yeah. Send me a DM. What's the person's name? True Hawk, yeah. So yeah, just send me a DM on any account, just this account, don't matter what the account is. I'll be coming off in like 5 minutes. King A, any girls approached you in real life? I mean, a very long time ago. Yeah, a very long time ago. Obviously, like when I go to the tenants' houses and that, they always tell me I'm good looking and that. But for a girl to like come up and approach, man, nah, that ain't happened in a long time, boy. Long time. I've had like, I remember like one time I was out with a man and that the girl like introduced herself to me, even put her hand out to shake my hand and that. But for a girl to like cold approach, yo, that'd been years. I think the last time, yeah, like I must have been walking through Edmonton Green. This was a few years back. One woman was, this is mad. Had a fresh haircut as well. Yeah? It's always when they have the fresh haircut, the girls go wild. Yeah. I was walking through Edmonton Green. These times I was on my way to work. This is the infamous Holborn job. This black woman, I think she was like a crackhead or something. She looked at me and she said, "Nigerian cock." She must have thought I was Nigerian. Nah. She was Jamaican, like born here like me, but she was Jamaican. But yeah, but she didn't like outright approach me. But I mean, like, if man them go to clubs and that, maybe girls will approach. I don't go to clubs. I've probably been to 10 clubs in my whole life. I don't go to clubs, so I don't know. I don't know. You're not gonna get girls really like. Obviously, if you check out that King 6'8" guy, yeah, he gets girls approaching him. I ain't 6'8", yeah. So obviously there are guys that get approached and that. Not me, mate. Not me. When someone has 50K saved up, what should they do with it? Yeah, obviously buy a property. But you know, one thing I wanted to speak about, yeah? You see when people get inheritance money, like big money, not just 10 grand. Some people get some mad inheritance money. Now, more than likely, it ain't gonna be anyone that's in this live chat. But like, there's been people who have been dropped like 150 grand inheritance money. Most people are dumb. So most people are not gonna buy a property anyway. Most people, you know, they're just gonna spunk the money. A lot of people will not try and start a business. Do you know what? I don't even recommend anyone start a business using 150 grand inheritance money. Like if you want to just maybe take 10 grand to start the business, that's all right. But do you know what you should actually do with that inheritance money? Obviously, shock horror, buy a property. But the reason why you should buy a property is you've been given that money. That was someone else's hard work and hard grind went into that money. I don't give a fuck, even if there is an opportunity, a potential for you to invest that 150 and make a mil out of it. There is a risk that you could lose that money. Do you know what you should do with that money? Buy a property, just so that you can guarantee you that money never gets wasted. Because that would be a big disrespect to that person who you inherited that 150 grand off to go on gambling. I don't give a fuck if you could potentially make $1 million out of it or triple the money and that. Just for respect and honor to that person that you inherited that money from, you should invest in property. Don't buy one property, that's dumb. Invest in multiple properties, get as much as you can. Don't gamble that money by starting a business, and don't fucking put that money on trading or cryptocurrency. But yeah, under no circumstances would I recommend anyone even gamble that money by starting a business. Nah, you want to start a business, yeah, take 10 grand and try it, whatever it is. But the bulk of it, 90% of it, that needs to go into property. So you can guarantee you that money will stay and be safe. Don't just leave it in a bank account as well. What's the fucking point? Oh, Nadia, I think he was talking about, maybe because I was talking about girls approaching me or something like that. I don't know. Something like that. So this is the thing. When you live in abundance, you can say what you want, even if your girl's watching. Now, obviously, you don't want to be disrespectful and disrespect your girl. What I'm saying is, you don't have to be scared, like, oh, my girl's going to get angry and break up with me. Hey, do you really want to test it out, Nadia? Did you want to test me? Yeah? I always win. I always win. Me and Nadia always have a standoff. Yeah? There'll be times when we break up and that. Yo, I bet every time we break up, Nadia might think, I think this is the time when Jay's gonna break. Is this gonna be is this occasion which is the 17th time? Yeah. Is this the time where Jay's gonna break and be like, I'm sorry, Nadia? No, never. I would rather castrate myself than give a woman the power. So yeah, she gotta come back to me, or we'll never speak again. Yeah? Unless like it's something like, oh, some letters have arrived or something like that. Obviously, but, yeah, I'm not afraid of my girl because I'm not afraid to break up. Yeah, she can test me anytime, ready, 24 hours a day. Anytime you want to break up, we can go. I'm always ready. What's the biggest L you've taken money-wise? Never taken no big L's. Obviously, like spent like tried vending machine business, didn't work out and that. But those are learning curve. I never like thought, raw man's blown 10 grand. Never, never. I don't play about with money like that. Never taken no L's with money. I'm not talking about something dumb like, all right, let's say for example, yeah, I bought 2 cars on auction from the BCA, yeah, British car auction. I even sold them at a loss, I think. So let's say I spent 3 grand in total. I might have sold them and got back 2,900. Yeah, like that. That would have been the biggest L. All right, you go and sleep. All right, yeah, good night, good night. Yeah, that would have been the biggest L. I've not made no financial mistakes in my life. Do you know why? Because I'm not a sheep. I don't follow the herd. Bear. I don't care what new trainers are trending. It's trending for you. It's not trending for me. I'm not a sheep. I'm not a conformist. I don't care what everyone else is doing. What's JY's doing? What am I doing? And this is why I don't spend, this is why I don't go to places like Bali. I guarantee you, yeah, if Hawaii started becoming more popular, because remember like before, like, I don't know, in the 90s or something like that, Hawaii was the place to be. This is before some of you young youths, yeah? You noughties, babies, yeah, people born after the year 2000 and that. Apparently, like I think, like like in the 90s or whatever, Hawaii was the place to be. Yeah, I guarantee you, yeah, if Hawaii came back up on the map, people want to be going there. You're such a sheep, man. I would have never have gone to Dubai if my friend never booked the holiday for me. Why did he want to go to Dubai? Because he's a sheep as well. What do you want to go to Dubai for? I'm not saying that you can't go nowhere, but all these places, Bali and that. Where is Bali anyway? Where is it? Is it Indonesia or something like that? I guarantee you, yeah, if the Bahamas became popular again, you remember the Bahamas was the place to be, like, early 2000s or 90s, whatever, and that. I guarantee you, people will be flying over there. Sheep, even these dogs. People think, oh yeah, the reason why I want to get a French bulldog is because, yeah, I like dog, blood. The reason why you got a French bulldog, you dumbass, is because you're a sheep for the most part. There's phases where certain dogs are popular because everyone else is making them popular, because everyone else is a sheep. Like, you know, there was a period of time, like in the early 2000s and the 90s, where everyone had a German Shepherd or Alsatian. And that. When was the last time you saw anyone with a German Shepherd or Alsatian? They're not popular. What's the popular dog at the moment? French Bulldog. People are just sheep, man. They're not getting a dog because they like that dog. Remember when, obviously, XL Bullies as well. Obviously, there's a bit of controversy with them now and that. Remember when staffs were in fashion, where everyone had a staff? Back in 06, 04. I remember when them Irish blue staffs came out. They were expensive, 1,200. This is back in like 06, you know. Paying 1,200 for a dog. I guarantee you, if Kim Kardashian started talking about, yeah, I got this new Rottweiler. If Drake and Chris Brown started rapping about, yeah, I got my new Rottweiler, I guarantee you Rottweiler sales would be up because people are sheep. Guarantee you, if a popular celebrity, you know, that everyone wants to be like and that, started talking about, yeah, got my new Japanese Akita and that. I remember when Japanese Akitas were in fashion as well. Yeah, my Japanese Akita. More people be buying Japanese Akita. Oh yeah, Kane Corso is one that's quite popular now, been popular for the last 5 years and that, 6 years. Sheep. I'm gonna get a dog that I like. I'm not gonna get a dog that is just because it's in fashion. Nah. Fucking French Bulldog. The hell would you want to get that dog? See when I see people with a French Bulldog, you just ooze working class. You got a French Bulldog, I know you live in a council house. I know you're working class. I know you don't own your own property. When I see people with a French Bulldog, that's like Essex trash glam. So what type of dog breed would you get? It's a difficult one. Obviously, me, I'm not getting no dog anyway. But I do like pit bulls. I've always liked a red-nosed pit. Not because it was in fashion. No, I've always liked that dog. There's a specific color of red-nosed pit. It's like a kind of like a browny, tanny color. I like that dog. Trying to think, what other dog would I get? One dog I used to like back in the day was the English Bull Terrier. You know, the ugly one with the long face. I used to like that dog. Trying to think, what other dog? Obviously, me and Nadi was looking at them Cocker Spaniel dogs. I like the way them dogs look. I went to a tenant's house. She had 2 of them, one black one and one dark brown one. It's funny. The 2 dogs, the names was Mildred and Margaret. Some old woman named dogs. Mildred and Margaret. Yeah. But yeah, I like them Cocker Spaniel dogs. They're nice dogs. I mean, I wouldn't get one for me, but like, you know, if I had a daughter, I would buy a dog like that maybe. All of this bullshit, like, man, not trying to get some aggressive dog. Like, if I had a dog, if I had a pit bull, that dog would be a pussy. Because I will have that dog under manners. So let me just explain something to you lot, yeah, about these people that have dogs. Because I go to people's houses every day with dogs, and some people like to brag and say, oh, my dog is really aggressive and that. So what you're telling me is your dog, you don't have your dog under control. Because no one should see that aggressive side of your dog until it's time to go. Yeah. The only time anyone should see the aggressive side of your dog is if another dog is trying to attack your dog, or obviously someone's trying to attack you, or someone's trying to break in your yard. Other than that, your dog should be under control. When a man has a woman who is aggressive or confrontational or very argumentative, you just told me that you don't have your woman under control. Because Nadia is not aggressive, Nadia is not confrontational, no. Now, when she was with her ex, yeah, she was apparently aggressive and maybe confrontational. She's told me a couple of stories and stuff. Like, don't get serious. Nadia's not no ratchet ass. What I'm saying is, like, you know, she would be more like wearing the trousers. Motherfucker wears a skirt now. Yeah. Putting her ass clock, feminine energy. So yeah, these people, they talk about, oh yeah, their dog's so aggressive and that. Fam, you just told me that you ain't got your dog under control. I remember I went for a run, and I was on my estate. There's a little park, and there was this ute. He had this cane corso, yeah, big dog, and he's walking. And certain owners, they think they're taking their dog for a walk. No, your dog is walking you. Yeah. The reason why you're out with your dog is because your dog don't know how to use keys and put keys in the door. Your dog is walking you, rude boy. This ute was walking this dog. And every 2 seconds, the dog would stop and sniff the grass. And he would be pulling this chain. This chain is tense, yeah? No slack on this chain. This dog is not moving. The dog is moving when he wants to move. I've watched videos about people, like how to have your dog trained and that. When you're walking with your dog, that chain is supposed to be slack, yeah? The chain is supposed to be slack. And when you stop, the dog is supposed to stop and wait for a command or instruction. When you see these people walking their dog with their staff and yeah, that owner is being taken for a walk. You're not taking your dog for a walk. Your dog is taking you for a walk, rude boy. I was watching one documentary, a little 10-minute video on YouTube. This Texas Ranger guy, he had like a bull or a bison. You know, the big horns and that? Massive motherfucker. This animal is like 10 foot tall. And he said it's all about the power of the mind. Prior to that, in the video, they were saying a way to train your dog is you have to show dominance and authority over your dog all the time. Dogs are like wolves. They need to have that leader in their pack. So what you do is to show dominance and authority. When the dogs are eating food, you put your hand in their food. That's showing dominance and authority. Yeah, you put your hand in someone else's food. That's a big violation, yeah? They say, don't let the dog sleep in the bed with you. Don't let the dog eat food at the same time as you. So you as a human being eat at a table. You might think it's okay to let your dog eat from their dog bowl at the same time. Nah, when you eat your food, the dog has to wait and then the dog can eat its food at another time. And you don't feed the dog at the table. So anyway, in this same little 10-minute video, this Texas Ranger guy, you know, the cowboy hat, he had this bull or this bison locked up in a pen. And he said that, this bison or this bull, he thinks that I'm so much stronger than him because he will try his hardest to get out of this cage or this pen. And I will just come and open it up and close it. So that signals to him that this guy is much stronger than me. He was obviously talking to the cameraman and the interviewer, and he's grabbed the bull by the horns, yeah? And he says, the bull, he thinks I've got him because I've grabbed him by the horns. Really and truly, I ain't got him. Really and truly, he's got me, but he thinks I've got him because he's grabbed him by the horns. If he wanted to, that bull could lift him up and throw him in the air. But because the bull sees him as being a superior, that's why he has control and power over this bull. So, yeah, talking about people invading your food and that, I know someone, they stuck it on the person, but one of their work colleagues, when they were eating at the table during lunch, they were in the canteen, their work colleague tried to get their fork and put it in the person that I know, put it in their food. I was like, what are you doing? They was just, I'm just joking and that. I said to this individual, they weren't joking. They tried to play it off as they was joking. Yeah. They tried to put their fork in their face. Like, yo, what are you doing? Don't do that. They tried to play off as they was joking. They weren't joking. They were testing them. If that individual did not stick it on them when they tried to put their fork in their food, yo, it would have got worse. They'll be doing dumb stuff like burping in their air or some bullshit like that. They're testing you. One thing I do as well, when I get around new work colleagues, I immediately wait for them to do something dumb so I can stick it on them, because they will test you. People will try to see how far they can push the boundaries. It could be so subtle. I'm an electrician, electrical tester, yeah? So a part of my job is I write down test results. So I have my notes, cook a circuit, this is the test result, socket circuit, this is the test result. So if you're working with another colleague and that, more than likely one person is going to be doing the testing and be shouting out the results. This is the result, write this down. I don't work with anyone, so I work on my own. So I do the testing and the paperwork all myself. They put me to work with one of my he's not my colleague, but he works for the company, yeah, because I don't technically have colleagues because I don't work with anyone. But they put me to work with some other guy because he was on a big job. It's a massive flat block. We're testing all the lights. It's a two-man job, really three-man job, really and truly, but you can do it in pairs and that. I mean, you can do it on your own, but it's a mission. So they put me to work with this guy. So I had to go and meet him. Yeah. So they said on the notes, go and meet such and such will submit the certificate, because only one person can do it. So I don't know him. I see him one time before, so I don't know him. So I met him, like, hey, what's going on? You good? Yeah, cool. So we're standing in like the meter cupboard where they got all the fuses and that, and the circuit breakers for the lights. So he said to me, all right, what I want you to do, yeah, if you can go and test the lights, and I will stand here and I will do the linking out and you can tell me the test results. And I said, no. I was like, we'll split it in half. One of us can do half of the testing and the other person will do the other half of the testing. I'm not going to be doing no donkey work, just going around doing the testing, and you're going to do the paperwork. I set him straight. I don't give a fuck if he thinks I'm an arsehole or I'm a cunt. You can think that. I'm not going to be your fucking donkey. So when I get around new people, like new colleagues, I'll use any excuse to stick it on them. Not in an aggressive way, but I will look and wait for them to do something dumb, because I know they're going to try it, because I understand human nature. I'm not saying everyone that you come across they're not trying it in that way, like on a serious violation level. I'm not saying everyone will even try to test you, but more than likely, people will try and push the boundaries just a little bit, just to see how far they can push it. Me, I don't do that to anybody. I don't give a fuck. I get around people. I know I'm a stronger character than them, and I still don't test them. But other people, I don't know why human beings are like this. They feel like they need to see how far they can push it with people. I'm not like that. I'm not like that. But I know what human beings are like. So I will just go into a new environment and I'll just wait for someone to just do something dumb. Just literally waiting for it. Just waiting to see if they're going to push the boundaries and that. Right now, the reason why some of your colleagues step out of line and they don't know boundaries, because you ain't set no fucking boundaries. When you entered the workplace or whatever, you thought, oh, okay, I'm new here. I don't want to upset anyone. Well, fuck everyone, bro. You're going to piss some people off, so be it. I remember I was on one construction site. Obviously, I'm an electrical tester, and there was always like these other electricians working in that. And I remember like, I would disappear and go somewhere else and that. And I remember like a couple times, yeah, like, I would disappear, come back, and one you asked me one time, oh, where did you go? And I said, oh, I just went up there or whatever, innit? And then that was it. And then another time I must have disappeared, come back. And then she said, oh, where did you go? I'm like, bro, why are you asking where I'm going for? Why do you need to know? Like, I'll be abrupt like that. He's like, oh, it's cool. He didn't want to speak to me after. Cool. Don't ask no fucking questions in the first place. I don't need to continue speaking to someone that asks people dumb questions. Why are you worried about where I'm going? We don't work together. We're working in the same area, but we don't work together. What are you asking me questions for? So yeah, I will fall out with people. Don't give a shit. Don't care. I'm public enemy number one. I will move to a new road and I will fall out with all the neighbors. I don't care. Because why do I care about being friendly with you people? The only reason why I've come into contact and in the same perimeter is just because I so happen to buy this house. So therefore, if I bought a house around the corner, I would never know you. So why do I care about being friends with any of you people? Now, obviously this would never happen. No one would ever dare throw a brick from my window because they just don't want the consequences. yeah, they're not ready for what will happen next. But yeah, I don't give a fuck about falling out with people. Everyone around here, nobody likes me because I've had to stick it on 4 people before I even moved in. You're not gonna approach me and say, "Oh, this is where we park our cars." I don't give a fuck about you lot's tradition. I don't care. Move. I had to stick it on 4 people before I even moved in. I don't give a fuck. Some people will move to a new environment and try to fit in. Don't anger none of the neighbors. Yo, you can't speak to me. You can't speak to me. This is why so many men go jail and they turn Muslim. Like, you know, there were spiritual people and that, but they didn't really have a faith. If they had to lean towards one, they'll say, okay, I'm a Christian just because I'm born in this country and my family, you know, I would get married in a church as opposed to a mosque. I mean, I don't know if Muslim men and women get married in a mosque. I'm just assuming they do. But yeah, if they was going to get married, they would do the traditional Christian wedding and that. There's certain men who don't really have no faith. They go to prison and they turn Muslim. Not because they were enlightened by the Quran. No, they jumped on the wing, they landed on the wing, they looked around and they saw a bunch of acts and they thought, right, it's get down or lay down. I don't give a fuck. The imam tried to come to my cell. Oh, you know, brother, you want to come? No, not interested. Thank you. I'm an atheist, blood. Not just going to join some religion because I'm scared of not fitting in. There's certain men, when they go to prison, they want to make friends with people. But I didn't try to make friends with no one. Obviously, naturally, you're going to make friends with people. But I had a bunch of guys, they wanted to rush me in prison because I tried to punch up some youth in front of them. I ain't trying to make friends with no one, blood. I don't give a fuck, fam. Public enemy number 1. I went on a podcast the other day. The podcast might be dropping tomorrow. Certain man, when they go to a podcast, they'll bring 6 of their brethren. Yeah, I've seen like podcast hosts talking to the people behind the camera. Yo, you man. Yeah, allow it. Yeah, because the guest that he's brought on has brought 6 of his guys or 5 of his guys. Bro, I turned up to the podcast the other day on my jacks. I don't need to roll up with friends. I ain't scared. There's certain man, they would never, they wouldn't even go to a podcast like on their own. They would always have to bring one man. People that are in big groups all the time, it's because you're scared. Yeah. You see it all the time. You know, like the little fish, was it herring or mackerel or whatever? They're in big schools of fish. There's like thousands of them. Apex predator rolls on his ones. I'm an apex predator. I'm a Ross Clark tiger out here. Yeah. Even lions, people might think a lion an apex predator. No. Lions, they roll around in packs. Yeah, they don't just hunt on their own. A tiger, when have you seen a tiger with his friend? Never. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go to a podcast and phone my friend like, yo man, let's go there on my own, bro. Go there on my own. I don't need to turn up with no one. Just in case it kicks off. Man say, JY, she's only in prison for a month. I was in prison for 2 months. Yo, 2 months is a long enough time to get bullied, blood. Yeah, it's a long enough time to get bullied. Certain people, like a lot of people that look like me, they will move to an area that's predominantly white and they will just try to just fit in and don't anger the neighbors because they don't want to be seen as that angry black man. Yo, on this road, I'm that angry black man. Yo, I even have a Jamaican flag out of my window. Not some little flag. The flag is massive. When you drive down my road, you will see the flag. Like, you can't miss it. I could tell people, this is the name of the road. They don't even need to know my number. It's the one with the Jamaican flag. I deliberately put that flag out there to piss the neighbors off. Like, yo, man stamping my authority, but yeah, you're gonna know who's moving in. Big massive flag on. I don't give a fuck. Some people will be afraid of, oh, you know, when I'm not here, maybe the neighbors will take it down or do that. Just let me know who done it. Yeah, they would never dare take down that flag. Never. And I know they were talking about it. Like, oh, have you seen that flag that he's put up? I don't give a fuck. A real man out here, yeah. Because I got a couple, like this couple foreign people that live on this road, like people that they might be Polish and that, whatever. I know they're probably vexed because every man would love to put the flag outside their window and that, but you're too pussy because you're scared. You're scared of what the neighbors might think. I don't give a fuck. I'll piss my neighbors off. I don't care. What are you gonna do? You gonna fight me? You ain't gonna fight me. Anyway, enough ranting. I was supposed to come off about 5 minutes ago. Come off in 1 minute. But I'm not a nuisance. The only reason why my neighbors know that I'm in my house is because my car's outside. I don't make no noise. I don't play loud music. I don't bun weed. I don't even pull up playing loud music. I don't bring around antisocial people. None of that nonsense. Yeah, I'm a quiet guy. Obviously, because I mean, I think some people got what I've been saying in my videos wrong. They're like, "Oh, are you still having trouble with the neighbors?" No, I'm not having trouble with the neighbors. It's just if someone is doing something that is annoying me, I'm gonna speak up about it. Like the little kids, I banned them from playing football around there. There's some little kids that live opposite. Yo, go over there and play football. You're not playing football outside this house. I'm not gonna sit in my house and listen to this ball bouncing. Move. I don't like noise. Can't stand noise. This house next door is a council house. There's an old lady that lives next door. You know, if she moves and there's some new people coming in, they best behave themselves. They're gonna have a problem because I'm not sitting in my house listening to noise. If my neighbors are playing loud music, I better stop or we're gonna have problems. I'm not sitting in my house listening to loud music. No way. There's people trying to fucking come in my life, man. To be fair, I haven't had to deal with anyone smoking weed and it coming in my house. But at my old house, my neighbor was smoking a cigarette. Obviously, I spoke to them in an aggressive manner. The guy tried to tell me shut up when I spoke to him out the window. I went next door, I just slapped him in his face. I even wrote about it in my book. He ain't telling me to shut up. Obviously, now I've got to be careful, man. I put my hands on too many people and that, so can't be getting nicked. Stupidness, man. Anyway, coming off in 1 minute. Man said crash out like Aaron the plumber. You're not qualified. Big him up, big him up, big him up. I saw a post the other day that's like, we made the right person famous. You damn right they made the right person famous. Because I will go with that any day. Because there's a lot of people that are famous that shouldn't be famous. How dare these nobodies that just go on Love Island? They have no story to tell, no wisdom. No one wants to be like them apart from just the aesthetics and that. They can't help nobody, but they got 300,000 followers on Instagram just because they appeared on Love Island. Nah, make someone who's got some character and some personality about them. Make them famous. Shit, they be making anyone famous nowadays just because you've gone on some stupid program like Love Island. You got 300,000. I mean, there's people that have gone on Love Island and now they got close to 1 million. For what? So yeah, some people might think, oh, they made the wrong person famous, that Aaron the plumber guy. Listen, from when you can just make some morons, some idiots famous, yo, you can just make anyone famous. It doesn't matter, man. The bar is so low. The bar is so low. Big up man like Dosa David. They make literally anyone famous. They make all the wrong people famous. Like, come on. You know they should, you get me? They should make me famous. I even applied to go on the Big Brother show, you know. So whatever the most recent season is, I don't know if it started or whatever. I actually applied for it like in July. Didn't hear nothing back from them. So obviously didn't get in. But I actually applied to go on Big Brother. What's your thoughts on Aaron the plumber as a person? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I ain't got nothing to say about him, man. It's American, isn't it? It's a Ronaldo or Messi. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a football man, so I don't know. I can't choose, man. Is Aaron the plumber qualified? Yeah. He's a licensed plumber. Michael Jackson or Prince? Michael Jackson? Was Prince even into gal? Obviously, I know Michael Jackson has some skeletons in that closet there, boy. Anyway, coming off now. Done. See you lot next week at some point. Respect for all the likes, the roses, them. So Michael Jackson, yeah. This is how you know Michael Jackson, yeah, was probably the most famous person to ever live. This is why I say that Michael Jackson is probably one of the most famous persons to ever live. He's the only person really, apart from one other, who, although he has passed away, people still imitate him. You will have some jackasses, random Mexican guy, random, I don't even know what this guy's ethnicity is. Yeah, doing all this bullshit and that, moonwalking in the street, busking and that. There's only one other person that people imitate, and that's Elvis Presley. And the people don't even imitate Elvis as much as Michael Jackson. So I think Michael Jackson is the most famous person to ever live. I think he's the most famous person to ever live. Because this guy passed away a very long time ago, and people are still imitating him. Anyway, you lot, I'm done. See you lot next week. Hopefully you catch the live stream earlier next week, though, Sir David, yeah? Oh, yeah, the podcast might be coming out tomorrow. I'll send you a link. I'll put a link in the community tab. But go on Glow Talks. I think it's Glow Talks. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, I'll send a link. I'll put a link in for the YouTube video in the community chat once it's dropped. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you lot tomorrow. See you lot next week or something.